And here it is, folks. This is it. This is the video game movie in which the future of all video game movies may be hinging on. If this sucks, then why bother? Why do we even bother? Let's talk about it. Warcraft. So Warcraft is directed by Duncan Jones. It's based on the mythology, early mythology of the Warcraft lore. And in Warcraft, the orcs are on their world. Their world's the shit pot. It's dying. There's nothing there for them. So the super sorcerer orc, who's pretty much the Shang Tsung of orcs, known as Gul'dan, opens up this portal to Azeroth, and the orcs come through. So now the humans have to stop that from happening before more orcs come through. But an orc chieftain named Durotan starts thinking maybe working with the humans is the best way for all of us to survive because there is a bigger evil that needs to be stopped. You got your vague summation of this mixed bag, so let's talk about it. And this movie is a mixed bag. Let's be honest with ourselves, we didn't want it to be. We wanted this to be the greatest video game movie that has ever existed, but sadly it is a mixed bag. And among this mixed bag, let's talk about what I liked. First of all, the visual effects. Whoa. This movie looks nice. That first shot of Durotan is just on his face, and I'm like, that looks real. Looks more real than any picture I can put here to illustrate that for you. It's clear that there's a lot of CGI in this movie, but it does look good. And the fighting, the skirmishes between the orcs and the humans, they were bone-crushingly great. Orcs rev up their hammer and they smash a human being. You just feel the human's bones and armor just crushing under his hammer. It was awesome, dude, and that's what I wanted in a fight between orcs and humans. I wanted it to feel that gritty. Durotan is hands down the best character in the entire movie. He is who carries this movie. I like Johnny Main Human well enough, but let's face it, Durotan. And Gul'dan I thought was great too. He's like Shang Tsung meets the Emperor from Star Wars. Point is, he's a dick, he's a douchebag, and he played the role very well. And the magic was great too. Yeah, this world has magic. This movie has magic in it. And in a movie with magic, in a world with magic, I want this movie to illustrate magic how I see magic. There's a reason I always pick a mage in stories like this, because magic is the superpower, man. It's a force to be reckoned with. And sometimes in movies with magic, you don't really feel that way. You're like, yeah, well, magic's nice, but hokey religions and ancient weapons are no match for a good blaster at your side, kid. Or in this case, a sword. But the magic in this movie, the way the visuals mixed with the sound, mixed with the bass, you really felt the magic. I'm just saying, mages were cool. However, let's talk about the biggest glaring issue in this movie, and that's the pacing. Oh my God, the pacing. This movie is clearly pulling from rich lore, the likes of which has lore, stacked on mythology. Point is, yeah, it's deep shit, and they need to condense it into about a 2-hour movie. About halfway through this movie, I was like, this is what would happen if they took Game of Thrones Season 1 and crushed it into a 2-hour movie, which is probably why they opted to make it a series with 10 episodes a season. Because you can just tell the story better. The whole time I was watching this movie, I was like, this would have made a better series. Granted, you couldn't do all the visual effects they were doing in this movie if you made it a series, so it's kind of a no-win situation for Warcraft. That or make it a trilogy to tell this one story. Point is, this movie had a lot going on in it. And generally speaking, the transitions were not smooth at all. It's jumping all over these cities, and if you're a fan of the lore and you know where the cities are, that's great. And that's gonna last for about 20 minutes. And then after that, you're gonna be like, okay, why all the jumping around? At a point, the generic mage kid goes to this super mage council, and you're just left like, who are they? They mentioned them a couple times in the movie, but if you blink, you miss it, and they didn't mention them or illustrate them enough to be relevant enough to just plop them at your doorstep and be like, hey, here are these people now. And among the pacing in this movie, there is a romance that you're not buying at all. You're like, why does there have to be a romance? And that's just an example. These are a couple of examples illustrating what I'm trying to say about the pacing. The pacing bogged this movie down to such a degree. There is entertainment in this movie for sure, especially if you're a Warcraft fan. You have yourself some fan service. And there is a great movie in here, but it's kind of like my lawn. I'm shitty at taking care of my lawn. I get homeowners association letters all the fucking time. And one can argue this movie has greatness in it, like I can argue to the homeowners association that my lawn has greatness in it if you just look past all the weeds. Guys, in the end, the Warcraft movie has some great fan service. It has some really cool shit. It has a couple of good characters. Surprisingly good characters. Durotan is a straight up badass. I just wanted Warcraft to be this good, and it was only so good. Painfully enough, this is not the Warcraft movie we deserved or needed. As it stands right now, Warcraft would have been a better time if I were drunk. Yeah, now it's a party. Is there gonna be a director's cut of this movie? Maybe that would make it better. I feel like there might be a director's cut of this movie, and I'm looking forward to that, and I'll tell you why. When watching this movie, the way it's presented, it feels like there are scenes just missing. I don't mean missing like, oh, they just didn't write that scene. Missing! Like, I feel like this scene probably existed, or this scene might have been longer, and it was just edited down to make the movie 2 hours long so it would fit in a conventional time frame for a cinematic movie. Scenes that could fill in the gaps, scenes that could better inform the audience, scenes that can get the audience more attached to the characters, scenes that can draw out the tragedy. There are a couple of scenes where tragedy strikes, you don't really feel it, you don't really give a shit, you don't really care. I feel like in terms of the movie I saw that is Warcraft, that's a 2 hour long movie, I feel like a proper one probably should be about 3 hours long. So if this movie was supposed to be 3 hours long, bring on the director's cut. Here's hoping, fingers crossed. All right guys, so Warcraft, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Again, I feel like if you're a big Warcraft fan, you're gonna enjoy this movie a lot more than some other people might. So if you enjoy it, hey, rock on, you do you. But whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.